everybody, Samantha here, back with another video. In today's video, we will be discussing Hognose Snake Care. Now, hognose snakes are definitely one of my favorite species of snakes to keep. Viper here is a male hognose snake, and he is my first hognose snake, but I absolutely have fallen in love with him. So I love this species for many different reasons. They are an amazing beginner reptile or beginner snake, and they also stay very small compared to some of the other snakes that are recommended for beginners. So this is an incredible species if you're somebody who's limited on space. And they also have such amazing personalities, and also their patterning is just beautiful. They are just all around awesome snakes. But today we are going to be discussing their care, so let's get right to talking about Hognose Snake Care. Here is Viper's enclosure. I keep him in a 20-gallon long enclosure, which is perfect for even most adult hognose snakes. Males reach about 2 feet in length. Females get a little bit larger than the males, reaching about 3 feet in length. A 20-gallon long should house your hognose for life, unless you have a very large female. When choosing an enclosure, just keep in mind that this is a ground-dwelling species. Floor space is much more important than height. Hognose snakes do need a warm hide and basking area. For Viper, I use this cave. You want to keep your warm side at around 80 to 82 degrees Fahrenheit, with a basking area of 88 to 90 degrees Fahrenheit. This is very important for your snake's digestion. I achieved this heat with a heat lamp with a 100-watt bulb. I added a dimmer switch to the light so I have more control over the heat, especially during the summer months. Of course, along with his warm side, hognose snakes also require a cool side so that they can thermoregulate. You should have a hide on your cool side as well so that your snake can always feel secure. The cool side of the enclosure should be about 75 degrees Fahrenheit. You always need a water dish in your snake's enclosure as well, which should be cleaned and changed out daily to prevent the water from becoming stagnant. Additional lighting such as UVB is not necessary for this species of snake, although I believe UVB is always beneficial to any reptile. Hognose snakes are a burrowing species. They use their upturned, shovel-like noses to create tunnels that act like self-made hides, which is why it's important to use a substrate that holds tunnels well. Personally, I use aspen. It's great for holding tunnels and stays nice and dry. Keeping this species at around 40% humidity is ideal. Impaction is always a concern for reptile keepers, although a small piece of aspen shouldn't harm your snake as long as you practice proper husbandry. If your snake is taking in a mouthful of aspen, that's when I would be concerned. You want to provide any reptile with as much enrichment as possible. In Viper's enclosure, I have leaf litter, cork bark, and fake plants for enrichment. He loves to hide underneath the leaves, and the cork bark is great for him to rub on to help assist with the shedding process. Eventually, I would like to go bioactive for him, very similar to Penelope's enclosure. That will definitely be a video for another day. Hognose snakes are typically very eager when it comes to feeding. Viper has never missed a meal. Sometimes you will get one that doesn't take to feeding right away, although once they take one meal, feeding isn't a problem. You'll want to feed your hognose one prey item once a week, nothing larger than the thickest part of your snake's body. It took Viper a while to move up to fuzzies from pinkies. They all grow at different rates. Larger hognose snakes can take small mice no problem. If the prey item that you are using isn't leaving a noticeable bump after your snake is done eating, you'll know when it's time to move up a size. Hognose snakes are rear-fanged colubrids, which means they have specialized fangs in the back of their mouths used to help hold prey and walk it into the back of their throat so that they can swallow. They are not constrictors. And unlike many other snakes that eat their prey head first, hognose snakes will strike and eat their prey at any position, which is why it is best to use tongs when feeding your hognose. This species does have a very aggressive feeding response, and typically bites from the species only occur because they mistake a hand for food. They do have a wide variety of different defense mechanisms that they typically use instead of biting if they are feeling defensive. Also, make sure you don't handle your snake for a few days after a meal. This allows them to properly digest and prevents regurgitation. This goes for any species of snake. Hognose snakes are an incredible species for both your beginner and advanced keepers. Just make sure that you care for them properly and you will have a healthy, happy, and long-lived snake. Alright everybody, that is everything for today's video. I hope you all enjoyed this video and got to learn a little bit more about hognose snakes and their care. They are absolutely incredible snakes, and I definitely recommend one if you have been looking into getting one. So I did want to mention as well that I am doing a 100 subscriber giveaway. If you go back into my previous videos and look at my leopard gecko versus crested gecko video, I go into more detail about my giveaway. Definitely go and check that out if you are looking into getting more supplies. So I will be linking that video down in the description, and if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you all in another video soon. I hope you all have a beautiful day. Bye!